Hello and welcome. I am Meli, one of your LUNA Astrology Ambassadors, and today we are going to explore data sheets together. Right up in this toolbar that lives right underneath the main navigation bar on desktop is where you find all of your data sheets. If you are on mobile or tablet, this will be hidden, but all you have to do is tap in the right-hand corner on the compass in order to reveal it. One thing I really love about this toolbar is that it's contextual, meaning that depending on the kind of chart that you're looking at, it's going to show you different options. For example, here we are looking at a saved profile. We're looking at Miss Ada Lovelace, who's one of the public figures listed in LUNA's extensive database of public profiles. And you'll see that there is a paperclip for taking notes. You'll notice that as well for any saved chart that you have. Whereas if you were looking at, let's say, a quick transit of just the momentary transits of right now, you wouldn't have that option because you can't take notes on that to save since the chart has to be saved. So that's kind of cool. And then later we'll get into another aspect that when we're looking at a biwheel also only shows up at that moment. So before we do all of that, let's dive right in. Each of the icons takes you to a different page showing you something different. So starting with the globe icon, this will always take you to this main page where you're looking at your chart, and it will always bring you right back to the main chart that you have saved. The first data sheet in the lineup is the infographic. This page is packed with information and gives you a beautifully condensed overview of the chart. It summarizes the most important facts that astrologers look at, and it's helpful whether you're brand new or have been reading charts for years. You'll notice two visual tools that are unique to LUNA. This one here, the aspect distribution graphic, and the declination map. Both of these give you a fresh way to see the chart's patterns at a glance. I find this infographic page to be super helpful just to look at these graphics and say, oh, for example, wow, look at all the planets that are in the southern hemisphere. Look at everything that's in the north. Same up here when we're looking, for example, at the zodiacal attributes. So if we see fire, wow, look at all the planets in fire. Oh, she's really got like no earth. The only thing she's got is her midheaven. So it's interesting to break things down in a really simple way. And that is the infographic data sheet. Moving right along next to the aspects data sheet. Here you can view every aspect in the chart and you can sort based on what you want to know. So for example, I can click on aspect and it's going to show me all the conjunctions in a row first. Or if I click from, it's going to show me all of just the sun's aspects first. And it's showing from sun to Neptune, etc. You've got angle, arc, all of the information that you would want to know about an aspect. Every table in LUNA is also searchable and sortable, so you can quickly refine what you're looking for. For example, if I just wanted to look at squares, I could just type square here, and it's only going to show me the square aspects. As soon as I clear this, it brings me back to the main list. Next up is chart points. So when you come here, the first thing you're going to note is My Selections tab is the first one you see, and this is based on your settings. So whatever you have selected, it's going to show you here all of the chart points that you are looking at on the chart in list view. It's pretty cool that it kind of breaks down all of the basic mutable element, etc. that you can see. Declination is also here, not having to look anywhere extra. So it's just a different way of looking at the chart. Now, if we click over to planets and main bodies, since there's a handful of different tabs here, you'll note that if I scroll down, it's showing me first all of the check chart points that I already am working with, but it also shows you grayed out at the bottom all of the other chart points that you could add. So if you just click the checkbox here, that will add it and your preferences will just automatically be updated. And then if you want to remove it, you can go ahead and do it just as easily. And just like the aspects list, this is searchable and sortable as well. All right, our next data sheet is midpoints. Midpoints are an especially helpful tool, especially during retrogrades, and LUNA calculates all of the midpoints between the chart points that you've enabled, and they're organized in planetary order. Now, if you'd like the midpoints to actually show up on your chart, you would click on the checkboxes here, and then you'd update your preferences. And you can just as easily uncheck them. Now, since Ada Lovelace's chart is saved, I have the option to take some chart notes. So one of my favorite features here is these notes can be for private purposes or for shareable public to a client. So I might want to say, All right, I want my client to remember what her big three are. And she is rising Aries. She was Sun Aries, I think, and Moon Sagittarius. I only just looked at her chart once, so I might be wrong. Either way, if I can spell. Let's just say this is a note I want to leave, and I want them to be able to see this. So I'll switch it from private to shareable and then save the note. All of your saved notes will then live here. You can edit them or erase them. Something else that I really love, though, is that if I added another note, like let's just say transits, Jupiter, retro, I'm just throwing things out there, and I still want that to be shareable. Save note. Then you'll see all the notes that you've taken here, any private notes here, which I haven't taken. But when you go to shareable, you can actually change the order in which the client will see these. So if you're doing multiple readings or want to keep things really organized for your client, this is a wonderful way to do it. All right, now the final icon here is for sharing and downloading. And here you have the option to email a PDF to whomever. You can download a PDF, and you can also download an image PNG. Each of these has their own settings, and you'll have the option to configure, do you want the chart title to be this, or you can change after if you want. Do you want a symbol key included, which shows what all the planet symbols mean? And then do you want to share notes or not? Another difference to note is that when you download or you utilize either the email or the download option, it is going to show the client's information, birth date, name on that PDF. Whereas when you do the PNG image, which is really meant more for like social media sharing, it will just be the chart without any personal information listed on it. All right, now, as I mentioned earlier, there's one more data sheet that only shows up when you're working with a biwheel. So let's go back to our globe to get to our main chart. And then I'm going to pull up just a transit biwheel for Ada. Boom. And now you'll note there's a new icon up here called Interwheel Aspects. This opens a data sheet showing all the interwheel aspects between the inner and outer charts. By default, the top row corresponds to the inner wheel and the left-hand side is the outer wheel. This can very easily be changed just by clicking on this. It will swap, and you can explore in here to see what kind of information it gleans for you. And that is the full tour of the toolbar, all of the exploration of the data sheets. I hope this makes your practice with Luna so much easier. If you have any questions, please drop them below in the comments and we will get back to you. Also, if this was helpful, share it with another fellow Luna user, or like, follow, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in another video. Thank you.